Hi, everyone. I'm Darby Veneer with Indispensable Leadership Group. I haven't done a video in a while, and I wanted to address a topic that might not be at the top of everyone's mind right now, and that is how to create real commitment from your team members. It's something that every leader needs to get right, and I would argue that now is probably exactly the time to be thinking about it, because commitment isn't just compliance. It's not just showing up. It's showing up fully. It's people choosing to give their best even when no one's watching. And that doesn't just happen by accident. It happens because of how we lead. Let's talk about where we are right now. The job market has changed a lot. A couple of years ago, we had the Great Resignation. Everyone was hiring, and in many cases, job seekers had their pick of positions. People were switching jobs faster than ever before. But now, things look different. The economy is uncertain. Inflation is high. Personal debt is increasing. And a lot of people are saying, you know what? I'm staying put. So right now, your turnover, it might be low. Your team might look stable to you. And you might think, we're in great shape. But here's the question I want you to ask yourself. Are they staying because they're committed or because they're comfortable? Because they believe in your leadership or because they can't afford to leave? That's an important distinction because history has shown this again and again. The market always shifts. Eventually, confidence returns, new opportunities open up. And when that happens, if people haven't felt valued, if they've just been enduring their job, they'll be the first ones out the door. And it'll happen fast, often at the worst possible time when you weren't expecting it. Here's something every leader needs to remember. People right now are under an enormous amount of stress. Rising costs, higher interest rates, financial pressures, family challenges, and constant uncertainty. Everyone, and I mean everyone, is carrying something that you as a leader don't know about. So as a leader, you have a choice. You can focus only on performance, or you can also choose to lead with empathy. Ask questions like, how are you doing? Really? I really want to know how you're doing. Listen, and not just to the words, but listen for what's underneath them. Because when people feel seen and heard and cared for, that's when trust begins to grow. And trust is the foundation of that commitment. All those things that you don't know about, that your team members are carrying, they bleed over into their professional life. Because no matter how hard we try, we cannot erect a barrier strong enough to keep them separate all the time. Workplace stress is higher than ever. And pretending it doesn't exist doesn't make it go away. It just drives it underground until burnout or disengagement takes hold. Leaders don't have to be therapists. But we do have to create space where people can take care of themselves. Encourage time off, model healthy boundaries, celebrate people not just for doing more, but also for taking care of themselves. If you offer employee assistance programs or mental health benefits, talk about them, normalize using them. Even small things like flexible scheduling or no meeting Fridays, that can send a big message. You matter. You're more than a number to us. And when people know you care about them as human beings and not just workers, that's when they commit. Empathy and care are essential, but they're not enough on their own. Commitment also grows from purpose. When people understand why their work matters, when they see how their efforts contribute to something that's bigger, they bring more energy, creativity, and pride to what they do. And that's when innovation happens. So as a leader, connect those dots. Show your team how their work drives the mission. Tell stories about customer impact. Celebrate small wins and major milestones alike. Because people don't commit to tasks. They commit to meaning and purpose. And when they find meaning and purpose, you'll never have to chase motivation. It'll show up on its own. The final piece is trust. Trust is built through consistency and transparency and fairness. When people see that leadership communicates openly, makes decisions with integrity, and follows through on promises, they begin to trust the organization with their future. That's when real loyalty forms. So be honest about the challenges that business is facing, share the why behind your decisions, give credit where credit is due. The more consistent and fair you are, the deeper commitment runs. So, how do you create commitment from your team? You lead with intentionality. You lead with empathy, support mental health and emotional health, connect work to purpose, communicate with honesty and trust. Because yes, people might be staying right now, because the market's uncertain, but that won't last forever. When the market shifts, and it will, your best people will have options. And if they haven't felt cared for, supported, or inspired, they'll take those options. But if you've built connection and trust now, you won't just retain your team, you'll have a team that's engaged, motivated, and proud to be part of your organization. So take care of your people, because they're the ones who make everything else possible. I'm Darby Veneer with Indispensable Leadership Group, where we help build organizations people want to be a part of. Have a spectacular day.